This bonus episode, you might want to lean in for this one because Tina Knowles showed up bringing real business wisdom, motherly truth, and life experience. But let me warn you because the best advice in the world could land on Meghan's lap and she still find a way to do the opposite. Meghan has had a parade of female founders, some not that good, others okay, on this podcast and hasn't absorbed 1 ounce of their insight. Now, here comes Tina Knowles swinging with solid business gems. But Meghan, she still thinks being stubborn is a brand. But we're not Meghan. We actually listen. So I am going to show you the little nuggets that Miss Knowles dropped that Meghan will most likely ignore. Hello everyone, I'm Star Chairs, and on this channel, we analyze public figures through the lens of PR. Now, let's get into this episode because despite Meghan trying to center herself again, Tina actually delivered some truth bombs that we can all learn from.
Let's say you're in your 20s and you start doing that. Let's say you're in your 30s. Let's say you do that in your 30s and 40s as a working mom and you're trying to figure it out. There is something where I just put my hands up and applaud all of you who are doing the thing. And then there is something that gets a standing ovation. And that is when you are in your 70s and you say, I'm still going to build and I'm still going to invent and I'm still going to create. That is next level entrepreneurship.
It's a nice sentiment. Meghan always starts with these. But here's the truth. Meghan frames this like it's a revelation, when in reality, it's old news for anyone who's actually worked with entrepreneurs over 40. In my experience, older founders are often more focused, determined, and grounded. They don't have the luxury of wasting time, and when they commit hard. Because anyone that has ever worked with me, I always tell them this. You have to treat your business like it's a full-time job, not a side hustle or a hobby. And older creators, they get that because they know time isn't an unlimited resource. All right, let's go to the second clip.
For people who are listening, especially young women who want to start something, do you think you have to find yourself first and then be able to find your business? Or you can find your business and through that business you start to find yourself?
I think it's the second one. I think that you start your business and then you find yourself. It gives you confidence that you didn't have before.
That's really helpful because a lot of people would say, you need to know yourself before you know what you're going to start.
Yeah.
But it's
Now, this question is telling because Meghan answers her own question and says she believes that you need to find yourself first. And that right there might explain why As Ever is a hot mess. The truth, most people never fully find themselves. You grow through your work, you discover purpose, grit, creativity, confidence inside the messy process of building something. Waiting to be perfectly aligned before you start is just an excuse, and it is a stalling tactic. Do the work, find yourself along the way. That is the best way to get it done. And in this case, Meghan just sounds like she's making an excuse of why As Ever is probably failing. It might be because she hasn't found herself. All right, let's go to the next clip.
It doesn't matter what business it is. You know, I just had a philosophy that if I was going to have a business, first of all, it would be something that is a service that is needed. And what would make my business different from anyone else's? Because there were a lot of hair salons. So I had to figure out what was the need. Once you figure out the need and you make your business special, I think you got to go.
yes.
That's a hit.
Yes, Mama Tina, this right here is what I call the sticky angle in my program. The most successful businesses aren't built by trying out clever everyone else. They're built by doing something slightly clearer, better, and more authentic than what already exists. You don't need to recreate the wheel. You don't need to recreate a planet. You just need to solve a problem in your own voice and be authentic about it. All right, let's go to the next clip because this one is like, oh, brother.
she has managed to keep her hair beautiful and healthy. And that's not an easy task when you're in show business.
That is a testament. I mean, even on Suits, I was on Suits for 7 years, and I remember so many other actresses, especially if you're in that grind.
Yes.
They said, you are going to fry your hair.
Yeah.
I mean, even on Suits, I was on Suits for 7 years. I mean, even on Suits, I was on Suits for 7 years.
Oh gosh, here we go again. Did you guys know that Meghan was on Suits? No? Well, she was on Suits. She brings this up every single episode without fail. It's like she thinks we forgot that she was in it. Look, Suits wasn't Emmy winning. It wasn't even era defining. And let's be honest, it wasn't even memorable unless you were already watching USA Network reruns. But Meghan clings to it like it was a West Wing. Like, we get it, Meghan. Like, shut up, Meghan. We get it. You were on Suits. It was your one semi-steady job. But the constant callback feels like overcompensation. Like, shut up, Meghan. That clip was just for fun. So let's go to the next clip.
What advice do you have for people really digging into business together in that way, especially as mother and daughter?
There are difficulties sometimes because when you're dealing with your child or they're dealing with their mother, you have disagreements. And you have to, I'm the one to always cave. Like, I've been like that since I was young. If my kids are mad at me, I can't take it. So I will cave. I'll apologize. Not that they ran over me because they were really good kids, but like, even as adults, if we have a disagreement or whatever, I'm the one to call because I don't want to waste that time. And I don't ever want to not be close to my kids.
Yes.
It's just my priority.
And it would be wasted time.
Yes, because Tina has lived life, seen life, and knows what matters. She's the kind of woman who understands that pride is expensive and time is precious, except I don't know if she knows Meghan very well. Because if she did, that's either a dig or telling her, time is precious. You better make up with your dad that has been publicly apologizing for years, and she still won't speak to him. And Harry? Well, he's estranged from his entire family in the name of boundaries. Meghan agrees with Tina on air because she has mastered the art of burning bridges and then denying there was ever like a crossing there. You simply cannot speak on wasting time with loved ones when you've cut out every single family blood relative and have ignored years of outreach and build a brand around selective empathy. That, Meghan, is not authentic. I have to admit, though, I was dreading this bonus episode because I needed a break from Meghan's never-ending business blunders. I'm kind of tired of it. But Tina knows. She delivered. Her insights on entrepreneurship, legacy, and family were a fresh breath air, especially because she was talking to Meghan. With that said, let's not pretend Tina came on the show just for fun, okay? For kicks and giggles. In my opinion, this was a strategic PR move. Her new hair care brand, Cécred, was only launched last year, February 2024, and it's already picking up awards left and right. I didn't even know about it until this podcast. So if I just found out, imagine how many others did too. Tina knows exposure is everything, and Meghan's podcast, whether you love it or hate it, it gets eyes. So this wasn't about supporting Meghan. This was about amplifying Cécred. Meanwhile, Meghan stays consistent on being wrong about everything business and branding, and she continues to flop. But what's new, right? All right, guys, that is all. If you have joined my mailing list, you already got the details on my program, Launch Your Channel with Star Confidence. And just like Tina says, it starts with knowing your niche and showing up. I have linked everything below if you want in. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.